Gentlemen, welcome. Today we are going to talk about a topic that might really surprise you and even upset you. Psychological abuse in relationships, but not the kind everyone expects. I'm talking about situations where women use psychological abuse against their partners. This is still a topic often overlooked, yet the dramas of many men remain invisible to the world. In this video, we will take a deep look at this issue, show what this abuse looks like, how to recognize it, and what you can do to get out of it. Get ready for an open, honest, and important conversation. What is psychological abuse? Psychological abuse is more than just words. It is the systematic undermining of someone's self-worth, manipulating emotions and behavior. It is a form of aggression without the use of physical force, but with a heavy load of suffering. Common forms include gaslighting, manipulating the victim to doubt their memory and sanity. There is constant criticism, mocking even the slightest imperfections. Isolating from loved ones, and using emotional blackmail, causing guilt to force desired behavior. Though it may seem like just words, the effects are very real and destructive. How women use psychological abuse, examples and stories. Let me share 3 stories of real men who experienced psychological abuse from women. The first story is Michael S. At the beginning, their relationship seemed like a fairy tale. But after a while, his partner gradually started limiting his contacts with family and friends. She told him, "They don't understand us. Only I really love you." Over time, Michael started avoiding meetings with loved ones, afraid of criticism and arguments. He felt increasingly lonely, as if the world he knew was shrinking and he had become a prisoner in his own home. The second story belongs to Tomasz. His partner had an uncanny ability to manipulate reality. She denied situations he witnessed, saying it was all his imagination or exaggeration. When Tomasz tried to refer to facts, he heard, "You see everything wrong," or, "That didn't happen, you're making it up." Eventually, he began to question his memories and sanity, feeling truly lost and helpless. Gaslighting is one of the most dangerous forms of psychological abuse because it belittles and destroys the mind from within. The third story is Patrick's. When he disagreed with his partner, she stopped communicating, using the so-called silent treatment. She could go days without talking to him, ignoring messages and avoiding contact. The prolonged absence of response caused Patrick great stress and guilt. He felt pressured to comply just to return to normalcy. Emotional blackmail is an exceptionally cruel form of abuse that can destroy self-confidence and make a person lose their identity. Common forms of psychological abuse used by women. Psychological abuse can take various forms, but here is a list of the most common ones you should know. Constant criticism and humiliation. "You're told you did everything wrong, you're a failure, you never get anything right." It's merciless clipping of your wings. Threats of leaving. Your partner says she'll leave if you don't do what she wants. It creates fear, a sense of responsibility for her emotions, and compliance. Silent treatment, turning away, avoiding conversations, silence that breaks only when you get what you want. Social isolation, gradually limiting your contacts with family and friends to make you dependent on her alone. Emotional manipulation, constantly making you feel guilty over the smallest things, forcing behaviors by blaming. False accusations, accusing you falsely of cheating or lying to undermine your confidence. Financial control, hiding money, blocking access to accounts, making you feel helpless and dependent. Effects of psychological abuse on men. Contrary to appearances, the consequences of psychological abuse are very serious. Gentlemen, it's not just about feeling bad. It's chronic stress, prolonged tension that affects your physical health. It's anxiety, loss of self-esteem, a feeling of hopelessness and loneliness. It often leads to withdrawal from social life and even depression. Unfortunately, many men are afraid to talk about their problems because a man must be strong. But this is a trap that destroys from within and can lead to tragedy. How to defend yourself and what to do if you are a victim. What should you do if you recognize these experiences in yourself? First, you are not alone. Be open to talking to close people, family, friends. Don't shut yourself away, even if it's difficult. Second, seek help from specialists. A psychologist, therapist, support groups, these are places where you can learn how to cope. Don't be ashamed because your mental health is the most important. Third, document abusive situations. Write down dates, behaviors, make screenshots of conversations that show what's happening. This helps you gain clarity and, if necessary, evidence. Fourth, set boundaries and stick to them. Say, enough, and don't agree to treatment that harms you. Remember, you have the right to respect in your own space. And the most important thing, you deserve a life without abuse and pain. Summary. Gentlemen, psychological abuse is not a topic to be ignored. It is a silent epidemic destroying the lives of many of you, often in hiding, away from daylight. We must speak about it loudly and openly to raise awareness and help each other. If you recognize signs in yourself, don't delay. Seek help, talk openly, fight for your life and health. Thank you for listening to this important subject. Take care of yourselves.